It's a 100 Proof Show. We're back in effect.
Yeah.
Season 2 is back and better than ever. Yo, what's up, Kirk? What's up, V? What's happening, villain? I am Charlemagne, the real. And
The
this
real
is
one.
Kev Lawrence.
The real one.
What you be doing, man?
I'm in front of the neighborhood, Kev Lawrence, and
Where you
I'll
be
be on
at?
my couch show.
On
I'll be
your
on my
couch.
couch show.
Oh, that's where you at.
This is all
trying to
Photoshop.
call you,
I'm
man.
home. I'm home. This is all
Damn,
Photoshop.
man. And look, we have a special guest in the building.
Yeah.
David Paul.
Hi, America.
Yeah.
And he said, just so you know, back in 2003, he's not Sean Paul's brother.
I'm not related to Sean Paul. I met him a couple of times. He's not a relative. I never seen him at Thanksgiving. I can't get you no tickets.
Let's get back to what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's
right
get
here.
over that.
David Paul, photographer to stars. I was just introduced. I've heard a lot about you. So let's get right to it. When did you start? How did it all happen? You said you read a book. Let's start there.
Riff.
Okay,
Reading is fundamental.
my true journey begins in 1995.
Okay.
I had a regular office job. I used to work for a school called Cooper Union because I didn't have the grades to get into the school, so I did the next best thing was get a job at the school.
Oh, so you was with Lori Loughlin?
No.
You was with the guy
get
from
no,
Full House? The one from Full House? Aunt Becky?
No, Aunt Becky. I did not do
okay, I'm just asking.
I worked my way into school. Thank you. I didn't have no money to pay anybody, so I had to apply. Honestly, okay. I didn't have no money to pay anybody. But what happened was one day I was leaving my job, my 9 to 5, and what happened was I was also in college,
Right.
and I had a camera. My original goal was to become a director. A video director, movie director. And photography was one of the prerequisites of that curriculum.
Makes sense.
So they made us carry a camera around all the time. So I had my camera with me, leaving my 9 to 5, and this is on Broadway. And what happens is I run into Redman. He's in a Jeep. He's in a green Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Just bumping his own music. And I'll turn around like, who is bumping music downtown like this? Who is this uncivilized? And I see his Redman bumping his own music. And I'm like, Redman, can I get a picture real quick? Like, go ahead. And I pull out my camera and then boom, and then he's doing poses all of a sudden because he's at a stoplight. So we got time to do all. He's at a red light. So he's like, boom,
Shout out to
boom,
Redman.
boom, boom. I'm like, oh, all right, give me one more. I do this. I'm up here doing it like this is a paid gig. And Redman is actually doing all of this for me. Yeah. And from that point on, I knew, you know what? If I could get Redman to do anything I want, I can get anybody to do what I want. And this is career. Yeah. That's it. And David Paul, the photographer, was born, just like that.
Now, with you, David, you've been to Redman and other artists or people as well for On the Street, but I know you more from being in the clubs. And it is what it is. Seeing this man, you, David Paul, in the clubs, you're the guy with the camera in the clubs. And if you could have a relationship with the cameraman, like where we're cool, you actually could help make people into celebrities. Without them even be doing anything. I could do nothing, but if I'm cool with you, you can say, stop right there and take a picture of me. Then everybody look at me like, wow, who's you? You're important. And I was grateful and fortunate to say things to you that many others probably wouldn't say. Like if you took a picture of me, I'll say, hey, thank you. And thank you goes a long way at times.
Yes, thank you.
Just saying
makes
thank
the
you
difference
goes a
between
long way.
Getting your calls answered and getting your calls ignored.
And because of that,
thank you. It really goes a long way. It really
because of
does.
that, you was like, oh, no problem, man. You gave me a thumbs up, and you said no problem. And I was like, all right, cool. And from then on, it was like, Kev, and you just touch me, I'm like, hey, I'm always in the pose. Like, and you just snap me up, and all of a sudden, I'm making it online to alltheparties.com. I was on there now, like I made it, like, and people be like, yo, I saw you in the club, like, you know how I do. Really, I just, I wanted to go home before 3 a.m. to catch BET Uncut. You know what I mean? For Tip Drill, because it was 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Tip Drill was 7 minutes long.
Damn.
And Shot Nelly. and all the girls. But
back to days.
yeah, I mean, back then.
Oh, but
Okay.
I want to add on to something.
But you made
said.
people
You
into
said-
stars.
I want to add on to something you said real quick about the clubs. Shout out to Ralph McDaniels because I was a huge.
Always shout. to Ralph
I'm a
McDaniels.
huge Video Music Box fan. I still have all my Video Music Box VHS tapes from '89. I still have them all. And I remember when he used to take the camera into the clubs and he used to have people give the shout outs. He used to make the club environment look so fun. I'm like, you know what? I want to be in there.
And you see how far the shout out went
Yeah.
to the presidency? You know,
Did Ralph copyright shout out? Did he copyright that?
I'm not sure.
I wish he did. He would be paid.
Somebody probably in some small town that not about the culture probably copyright.
Same way someone tried to copyright hip hop once upon a time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some white kid somewhere. But anyway.
Now what? Fine, you took a picture of Redman. That was part of the journey. Back to the journey. What made you think like this? I could do this for a living, or so? Who told you that this is a talent? Like David Paul, that's a great picture. Like
Okay, there's several answers to that. My grandfather,
Okay,
because he was a photographer as well.
nice. So it ran in the
And
family.
he was like, one time I showed him my school portfolio, excuse me, and
Yeah.
he said, "You see what I did with he had a Polaroid.
Right.
This is the picture. What you did is a photograph." And I'm like, okay. And that's what I said back then.
Of
Now I
course,
get what
yeah.
he said. Now
Yeah.
I get what he said.
Explain it to people out there that may not understand what you mean. But
Well, a picture is something you can take with your phone. A photograph is basically composed. You're conscious of everything. You're conscious of the background. You're conscious of your angle. You're conscious of your light. That's the difference between a photograph and a picture.
so because I got the new iPhone, the new Android with the heavy pixels,
It means
I can't be.
nothing.
I'm not a photographer. I'm saying
No. That's
I
not.
spent
that's-
$1,000
that's-
on
no.
this phone. You know,
No,
it's
that's
free
not
me
what-
having you
that's
lease
not what I'm
it.
saying.
Sprint
That's
have you
not
lease
what I'm
it.
saying. That's not what I'm saying. Because there's plenty of people who make magnificent photographs with a phone. But here's the difference between when you take a photograph, do you have this much room in the photograph above the head, or does the picture start here and go down? That's the difference between the picture and the photograph.
Right.
Where does the picture start?
And I learned that also doing videography with Video Music Box. Because for a long time, a lot of people didn't know that if I wasn't in front of the camera, I was behind the camera. Uncle Ralph. Once again, shout out to Uncle Ralph.
Yes,
McDaniels.
yes.
Like I always said,
Cheeton.
always shout out Uncle Ralph.
Yes.
Wardnez, A.G. the Coroner,
Ralph is a very big influence.
Brian
Yeah.
McDaniels.
I remember the first time I met Ralph. It was 1996 at Tramps. It was, I think,
Oh, that's a nice name.
the Sadat X album release party. And I remember Ralph was on the mic. And I remember the first time I heard Ralph McDaniels curse, I'm like, "Oh my God, Ralph, what are you doing?" My mind was blown. But anyway, shout out to Ralph McDaniels. And I couldn't believe it. It was like hearing Mr. Rogers curse. Like, damn.
You need that every now and then. You just, you know.
No, I mean I know Ralph is a grown man, but it's a shock to me to hear him curse at that time.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's okay.
And just with that, I understood that. He taught me that. Like you said, not to have like so much room above somebody's head. Like somebody has to look at your work when you're done. So when you're looking at your work, they understand, they can see it in the frame. They have a better understanding of how it is. And you can make somewhere look like, it was jam-packed, and it probably wasn't. You can make somewhere look like
I've done that magic many of times.
it's the eye, and I learned
many
about the eye.
times.
You could have the best equipment ever, but if you don't have the eye and the understanding, you won't be able to maximize what you're trying to get, the potential out of that image or video.
No, that's a known tip. That's one of the tips I kind of started in the club. Like, there's many times I've done an empty club and I had to make it look spectacular. So what I would do is take a picture where everybody's at. Everyone usually, if the club's empty, where's everybody else at? Usually by the bar. So take a picture of the people by the bar, and it makes the situation look a little more popping than it really is. Now, everybody could be at the bar and everything else is empty over here, but no one would know that. So that's one of the tricks I used to have to do.